Hello, I'm Mark from Moonstone Publications. Welcome to this overview of some of the stories we've covered over the past week. But first, please hit the subscribe button and share this video with your friends and colleagues. The South African Institute of Professional Accountants has placed 4 executives on precautionary suspension, pending the outcome of a forensic investigation into alleged irregular expenditure. The 4, who include the Institute's Chief Executive and Chief Operations Executive, have denied the allegations. A group of SAIPA members has questioned the board's decision and is circulating a petition calling for an urgent special general meeting to discuss the matter. The FSCA has taken note of industry feedback on the planned cross-sectoral conduct of business return, and a number of changes will be made to the reporting template. This and the FSCA's willingness to engage in further consultation with the industry have resulted in another development. The timelines for the implementation of the Omni-CBR have been pushed out. Moonstone's main concern with the first version of the Omni-CBR remains that it is a return about business conducted rather than a return about how FSPs conducted themselves when doing business. A company that has not been trading for a full year of assessment is classified as dormant. The difficult question for the owner is whether to keep it dormant or to deregister or liquidate it. Our article looks at the advantages and disadvantages of these options. We also look at the 2 ways to formalize dormancy. These are by way of a liquidation process if the entity still has assets and creditors, or by deregistering with the Companies and Intellectual Property Commission if there are no assets or outstanding creditors. Stakeholders have urged Parliament, National Treasury and SARS to move with speed to finalise the legislation and processes required to implement the two-pot retirement system. The National Assembly's Standing Committee on Finance this week accepted a proposal by the Minister of Finance that the system be implemented on the 1st of September next year. The FSCA has published the findings of a study aimed at assisting the authority to understand the activities performed by crypto asset FSPs. According to the study, most crypto asset FSPs earn their revenue from trading fees, and most of the remuneration models mirror traditional financial revenue models. Furthermore, most crypto asset FSPs in South Africa provide financial services by making use of unbacked crypto assets, followed by stable coins and security tokens. Most unbacked crypto assets are used for speculative purposes rather than as a medium of exchange. A former Momentum financial planner has appeared in court after being arrested for fraud, resulting in the loss of about 4.7 million rand. It's alleged that Sean Dorning intercepted payments from a fleet management services company that should have gone to Momentum. The financial services group says another client was allegedly defrauded by Dorning, but it did not provide further details. Momentum says it has restored the financial position of the 2 affected clients. The impact of South Africa's grey listing is increasingly being felt, according to the South African Reserve Bank's latest Financial Stability Review. As a result of grey listing, the European Union added South Africa to its list of high-risk countries in June. The required enhanced due diligence measures have resulted in increased processing times and documentation, leading to higher monitoring and reporting costs. Grey listing is also one of the reasons for the record outflows from the country's capital markets. The Supreme Court of Appeal has ordered that an East London attorney be struck from the role because of misconduct involving dishonesty. The SCA overturned a previous High Court decision that suspended Bulelani Khawushe from practicing as an attorney for 2 years. The initial ruling last year was based on Khawushe's attempt to recover an allegedly extortionate fee from a client in a motor vehicle accident claim. The SCA said from the evidence summarized in the High Court judgment, it was clear that Khawushe's dishonesty was not confined to attempting to overreach his client. South African investors are slightly more optimistic than their global counterparts that they will earn higher returns in the next 12 months, a study by Schroders has found. 64% of South African investors think their returns will be higher or significantly higher, compared with 60% of investors globally. Most investors globally expect annual returns of 11.5%, similar to last year's results, but South African investors were the most optimistic, expecting a return of 16.8%. That's all we have for this week. You can read these stories and many more on our website, moonstone.co.za. Until next time, here's wishing you all the best from the team at Moonstone Information Refinery.